Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining me for this prayerful pause with the pastor. I wasn't online yesterday, and I won't be online tomorrow. I'm heading out of town today for a couple of days, and just a quick getaway down into the Finger Lakes, but one that is much needed. So don't worry that you didn't see me or that you won't see me tomorrow. I wanted to talk today about lots of things have come up. I'm thinking about the 20th anniversary of 9/11, an amazing show on MSNBC and Peacock, if you haven't already seen it, about the remembrances. Echoes from the Black Box, I think, or something like that. People who gave testimonies at the sites 20 years ago, and the same people where their lives are today, how they feel. Worth watching. Now that your TV review is done, I'm also mindful of what our brothers and sisters in Texas are going through, both with the law that affects women's reproductive freedom and health, as well as the law fixing a problem of voter whatever that never existed. I'm thinking about Georgia laws and some of our other southern states. I'm thinking about the statue of Robert E. Lee coming down in Richmond, Virginia, listening to people's perceptions of that. And I decided today to lift up one of the tenets of the Reformed faith, the Reformed tradition, from which Presbyterians come, of which we are a part. Just quick history. At the time of the Reformation, you had Martin Luther, you had Zwingli, you had John Calvin, and others, basically fighting against the corruption of the one having only one church. And then after that, of course, came the Counter-Reformation among our Roman brothers and sisters. But the thing about the Reformed tradition is that there are certain tenets that came out of that movement. God reigns supreme. God is sovereign over all. The priesthood of all believers, that we are all called by God. One of my personal favorites is that God alone is Lord of the conscience. Think about that. God alone is Lord of the conscience, or controls the conscience if you don't like the word Lord, but is head of the conscience, is the one to whom we report about our conscience, is the one who reigns over our conscience. And that's important to me as a 21st century woman, because, for instance, I can apply it to so many different disruptions and descriptions and disagreements in our world today. The whole idea of terminating a pregnancy. The PCUSA happens to believe that that's a decision between a woman and God. That's the official stance. Does that make us pro-choice? I'll leave that up to you to argue. But it falls back on the idea that God alone is Lord of the conscience. I cannot tell someone else what to do in terms of God or their actions or judging their actions. And that's true whether I'm looking at why someone would want to fly a plane into a building. I can respond to the horror. I can say that it's a morally wrong decision based on my understanding of who God is in my conscience. And I know it's a pretty radical idea if you take it seriously. It means that I can't condemn people. I can condemn their behaviors, but I can't condemn the people. And God alone is Lord of the conscience. So where you and I disagree, it's okay. I don't have to try to persuade you. You don't have to try to persuade me and bring me into your enlightenment. If I'm meant to be there, if I'm praying about show me the way, show me your way, I will end up being where God intends for me to be. And hopefully along the way, I find other like-minded people who God is leading toward similar understandings, similar interpretations of events, similar values and beliefs. And then we can form ourselves into, acts of faith, which are manifestations of the Church Universal. So I offer that to you today as we head into this historic weekend, the anniversary weekend of 9/11. And as we look around at COVID and decisions that are being made about whether or not to be vaccinated, I know where I am on that. You probably know where I am on that. I can think that people are wrong, but I can't judge them, just the actions. I can try to persuade them. It usually doesn't work. I can share with them my story and my belief, which often does work. It's worked with me in terms of understanding women's rights, LGBTQ rights, what it means to me to be a 21st century Christian. All I can do is express my views because God is Lord of their conscience, just as God is Lord of my conscience. God is Lord of the conscience. No one can tell me what to believe. Sometimes people get a little frustrated when the pastor stands up in the pulpit or wherever one is preaching from and doesn't tell them what to believe or what does this mean? Well, I don't know what it means to you. Spirit will speak to you about that. All I can do is give you some insights and knowledge with which to form your own beliefs and to listen to what God is saying to you. It's kind of a different approach than many of us grew up with, perhaps, having either a priest or a minister stand there and tell you what things mean, what you should do, how you should act. And it's nothing radical with Deb Swift. This is radical because it's part of the Reformed tradition. And the Reformed tradition is the church reformed and always reforming. So that's us, Reformed. Take that with you over the weekend, and I will see you on Monday. If you're in a position, it's Friday, if you're in a position to support this ministry, we invite you to do so in whatever ways you can, with prayer or with financial gifts. You can contact us through the information at the end of this video. But mostly just have a wonderful weekend. I know schools are going to be starting up in some parts of the country. Some other places you've already started. Just be safe. Wear your mask. What the heck? Wear a mask. Not because somebody's telling you to do it, but because it's the right thing to do. Check in with God as Lord of the conscience and see if we aren't put here to protect each other and take care of each other. And that's how we do it, with a mask. Also with a vaccine, in my opinion, but God is Lord of your conscience, too. Whatever you believe, live it. Okay, everybody, hope you have a great time. God bless. We'll see you later, and bye for now.